If tonight every city on Earth went dark, every light disappeared, every phone stopped working, and every road fell silent, and you stood alone beneath the stars, you would realize something strange. Humanity is incredibly new, and the universe is unimaginably old. Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago, but humans appeared only in the final moments of that immense story. In the beginning, the world was a hostile place, filled with fire, poisonous skies, and violent volcanoes. There were no forests, no birds, and no animals. Then, after countless ages, water gathered, and simple chemicals deep within the oceans began copying themselves. Life began quietly, with no celebration and no witness. Tiny organisms ruled the planet for billions of years before larger creatures appeared. Some learned to capture sunlight and released oxygen, transforming the world forever. Eventually, life crawled onto land. Forests grew, animals evolved, and among countless branches of evolution emerged ancestors that would one day become human. They knew nothing of tomorrow and lived only to survive. Nights were terrifying, predators waited in the darkness, and every sound could mean death. Humans were neither the strongest nor the fastest, but they possessed something extraordinary: imagination. They could remember the past and think about the future. Men and women searched for food together. Survival itself was their occupation, and sometimes many days passed without finding enough to eat. Gradually, humans learned to cooperate, communicate through sounds, and eventually create language. One day, they discovered how to control fire. Fire brought safety, warmth, and cooked food, giving more energy to the growing human brain. Around the flames, people began sharing stories, teaching their children, and creating memories that survived across generations. Better tools appeared, groups became communities, and humans slowly changed nature itself. Then came a discovery that transformed everything. Seeds planted in the ground could grow into food. Agriculture allowed people to settle, build homes, store resources, and create villages. Property, wealth, and inequality emerged for the first time. Societies became more complex. People specialized in different tasks, and animals were domesticated. Population increased, leaders appeared, and power began to concentrate. Humans no longer struggled only against nature. They also competed with each other. Looking at the stars, they learned to measure seasons and eventually invented writing. For the first time, thoughts could survive the death of their creators. Villages became cities, rulers gained power, laws and trade developed, and knowledge accumulated from one generation to the next. People crossed mountains, deserts, and oceans, connecting distant civilizations. Questions about existence, truth, and the universe became part of human life. Curiosity led to observation and experimentation, and science slowly emerged. Humans began measuring the heavens, exploring the seas, and seeking explanations rather than accepting mysteries. Tools improved, machines appeared, and eventually entire societies changed. Time itself seemed to accelerate. Factories, cities, and industries transformed the world, bringing wealth and hardship at the same time. Transportation and communication shrank distances. Ideas traveled faster than ever, and the world became increasingly connected. Images, voices, and knowledge could be preserved across generations. Information became a new form of power, but with it came noise and endless distractions. Humans reached beyond Earth, explored space, and created technologies that changed every aspect of life. Machines first replaced physical labor and later began assisting with intellectual tasks. The digital age connected billions of people, giving humanity access to more knowledge than any previous generation could imagine. Yet, despite all this progress, the oldest questions remained. Who are we? Why are we here? What is a good life? Humans learned to alter their environment and even began exploring ways to improve themselves. Every new power brought both benefits and dangers. Fire gave warmth but also destruction. Cities created opportunities but also inequality. Machines increased productivity but accelerated life. Information expanded knowledge but overwhelmed the mind. Through every age, humanity continued asking questions, making mistakes, learning, and rising again. A creature that once feared the darkness of the wilderness learned to map the stars, understand atoms, predict the weather, and speak across the planet. Yet happiness, fear, love, hope, and loss remained part of the human experience. Perhaps humanity's greatest strength was never physical power or intelligence alone, but the ability to keep learning. Thousands of years ago, a child sat beside a fire without knowing that future generations would build cities and explore the universe. Today, another child sits before a screen, unaware of what humanity will become next. That uncertainty itself may be the beauty of being human.